friend of mine told me recently that smoking weed causes brain cell death. So I looked it up. And that's actually that's a myth that's based on this experiment that was done in the 60s, where they were going to give these rhesus monkeys like 3 joints worth of weed over a course of a month and then measure the effects. But what they actually did over the course of a year, for 8 hours a day, they'd strap a mask to the monkey's face and just fucking pump smoke into its lungs. And at the end of it, they went, well, what does weed do? And they went, well, look, the monkeys are fucked. And it's just because they couldn't breathe, which is the equivalent of me smothering an old woman, just... And then going, I think grandma's allergic to pillow. I was in Poundland recently. If you don't know what Poundland is, it's where people go to buy things when they spend all their money on heroin. So I'm in Poundland, I'm looking at this transgender security guard, not because she's transgender, but because the name on the chest said Jamie Lee Curtis, like the actress. So I'm having that fantasy in my head that this is Jamie Lee Curtis, the actress, who's now a transgender security guard in Poundland. And out of nowhere, this woman, this piece of shit woman, stepped in front of me in the queue, and she had a kid with her. And listen, I don't know what it is about fat children, but they're just easier to hate, you know? Always got sticky jam hands and fucking Dorito dust across their fucking... So anyway, I look up at the owner, and... I could tell that this woman was a piece of shit from the back of her head. And at one point, she turned around and noticed I'm looking at Jamie Lee Curtis, and she says, "Can you believe that used to be a man?" I'm like, who the fuck are you to judge anyone's life? Who the fuck drag around fucking Augustus Gloop everywhere? Well, I didn't say any of that, I just went, And she said, "Can you believe that that's a tranny?" And just about to go and tell this woman, go fuck herself, the little girl looks up at us and goes, "Hey! You're that guy from the train station."